We're back here with Beth Harrington at the beautiful Thompson House. This is, like we were talking about, I call it the Phoenix House because you basically rose from the ground up again, and its history began exactly when?
Its history began in 1882. Johnson Thompson was a businessman, had been a teenager on the Trail of Tears and grew up in this community after the Trail of Tears in 1839, became a very affluent businessman and was able to build this home for his son and educate his son to become a graduate medical doctor. And the doctor lived in this house, so the house was built in 1882. And then after he died in 1935, the house became, in the early 1940s, the health department for Tahlequah. And then when the new health department was built about 1970 down on South College Avenue, the house was pretty dilapidated. And a group of women, myself included, decided that it should be saved, and in 1983 the restoration was started. And the community worked with us. We had bean dinners and every kind of a fundraiser, did lots of hard scrubbing work, you know, to get the restoration done. And the restoration was complete by 1990. And it is a tribute to a lifestyle before the turn of the century.
And a tribute to our community, too,
yes,
for everybody pulling together to save it. Because I know it was a fight. If I recall, it was a fight to the finish to save it.
We had no funds given to us. You know, we raised our funds. Later on, the county commissioners were able to give us just, you know, very few $1,000s to kind of help with the yard and that sort of thing, just a very few, because it had come into the county commissioner's possession.
Well, you raise money now.
Oh, yes.
And you have several fundraisers that I really wasn't aware that you all did. You have weddings here, and you can book a wedding. You have meetings here. You do have the Victorian Christmas every year, which everyone looks forward to. That's always real special.
First weekend in December.
That's right. It's coming right up. What else is going on in here? Next week, I guess. Or
this week on Thursday and Friday, we are having the History Day Camp for 4th grade children from Cherokee County. And schools apply to come on a first-come, first-served basis, and they come and stay all day. We do all sorts of activities, turn-of-the-century activities, to educate children about how our community grew and what made it what it is today. We make soap, we grind corn, we provide their lunch, we do old-fashioned games, we show old-fashioned tools, we do soap, you know, old-fashioned soap, all of those kinds of things, free of charge. And we'll do that for 2 days, and we'll serve about 80 children in that 30
So this is a give back to the community.
A give back to the community.
That's incredible. And it takes a lot of people, I know, to put something like this on. So volunteers are needed. So if you're watching this before Thursday and Friday of this week, please come down. Your hands and feet and everything is welcome.
That's right, because we serve food, we work with the children, we play games with them, we get them on and off the bus. It's a wonderful day, and they're wonderfully behaved children, and they learn a lot about the life that contributed to make Tahlequah what it is today, and Cherokee County what it is today.
So to round up what we know about the Thompson House, do you have any future plans for the renovation or anything ongoing that we need to raise more money for?
Oh, yes. We're building an endowment because we're looking to years down the road. So we request people to give to the endowment fund. It is invested in a bank. It's not touched. We don't touch it at all, because that's what it's for the maintenance of the house in the future. So we'd love to have people give to the endowment fund.
We have on INTV a great show that the reason you're known as part of the Historical Lady is Historic Tahlequah.
Yes.
And I enjoy watching it so much because I learn about Tahlequah. Even though I feel like a long-time resident here, I learned so much. And you have some upcoming episodes that I think are going to be interesting for everyone. What is your biggest love for doing this show?
My biggest love is for people to understand about the families in the past who have contributed to the growth of Tahlequah. Their descendants, just like you, are still here. Many of the homes are still here, and they tell a story. Those homes that we show and the people who live in them are a forecast of what we continue in the community from the past. And I love it because it really tells about what we're all about here in Tahlequah.
And that may be why I have such a love for it, because being in the real estate business, homes are really truly treasures, and they speak a lot about the community itself.
Yes, they do.
And I think that we have a great sampling of homes from every decade that Tahlequah has really been a community.
Well, you know, our oldest home is an 1840s home, and we have, you and I were talking earlier, we have homes of practically every architectural period. And we are, as a city, identifying some of those and getting them on the National Register or making them notable, and that's an attraction for people to come to the town and contribute to our economy and learn about the history of this era.
Yeah, and it really speaks a lot for our community once again that we do see these as treasures and that we want to stay in connection with our history here in Tahlequah. Your show is on every day, and it is one of those shows that you can always learn something fascinating about Tahlequah.
And the people have been so good to talk with me about the architecture of the homes, the history of the homes, who own them, what their forecast is for the future use of the homes, and that's important.
So you have a lot of them lined up for future episodes, I
Yes, we do. We have a lot. We're going to do a show next week that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be about the early days of Northeastern right after World War II and what happened there. And then, oh yes, we have lots of things lined up.
Well, that's exciting, and it's a good thing that we just never run out of things for you to talk about, and that you will always share with us, and you are truly Tahlequah's treasure.
Well,
and
that's sweet.
It's just a delight to know you and to have known you for as long as I've known you, and to still be in business with you on local boards in town, and just to see all the great things that you've always given back to the community, not only with the things that you know, but the things that you do.
It's important to serve others.
Well,
it's important to serve others.
We're glad that you do. So thank you so much for being here with us and being a part of INTV on Historic Tahlequah. And we always want you to share with us, Beth.
Well, I'm glad to share because you can't take it with you. People need to know so it can go on.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back.